Number 205, Amanda Downer.
Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. My name is Amanda, some people call me AJ. I am, I'm a Canadian, I'm a bodybuilder, I am a full-time online coach, and I'm also very, very glad that you are here for a vlog. Welcome back my friends, or welcome to, like I already literally just said. Hello, we are back to do what we always do, which is Amanda is gonna live her best Amanda life, and y'all are gonna come along for the journey. Oftentimes in my vlogs, I will say things along the lines of, we're gonna go to the mall, we're gonna eat a meal. And I say that not because I am illiterate, but y'all are here with me. This is a we activity. And today we are going to the mall. The way that Christmas shopping works around my house is if I tell my mom something specific that I would like as a gift, she suggests that I just go and pick it up for myself. So we're gonna go to the mall, we're gonna pick up our Christmas gift. I'm not gonna tell you guys, it's gonna be a secret. You're gonna have to wait until Christmas. And I also need to pop by Indigo. There's a book that I wanna pick up. I need a new journal. I've never splurged on a journal before. I've always gone to the dollar store. I don't know, guys. I have a gift card and I kind of want to treat myself to a cute little journal. So yeah, we're gonna do some stuff, Come along, my friends. We will do many of things in this vlog, starting here. We are jamming away. This has been a decent drive because I'm driving to a different city over, and I have this knot in my back that honestly feels like absolute garbage. And what I have found is that if I put my water bottle behind my spine, and then at every single red light, if I do it like this, and then I kind of roll around, it just really hits into that spot. You need a back massage. Fill up your HD muscle shaker with water so it's nice and firm and heavy, and then smash it against your seat. Picked up the present for myself from my mom. While I was at the mall, I also walked by an espresso, and I went to go drop off pods the other day. While I was there, I got to try the new almond flavor as well as the new double espresso. I loved the double espresso. The almond was good. It was good if you like a light roast coffee, which I don't like. I like a super dark roast, rich coffee. Like, I want my tongue to look somewhat discolored after I drink a coffee. And today when I walked by, I thought, ooh, this is my chance to try the new cinnamon and candied tamarind flavor. So good. I literally bought 2 of these. All right, y'all, you're gonna have to hold for a second. I got a green light, and then I got a million more green lights. I think we are officially at a red light, which means I can tell you about the rest of my flavors. Like I said, I got 2 of the cinnamon and candied tamarind. Then from the rest of their seasonal collection, I also got gingerbread, which comes out every single year. I love the gingerbread. It is like a richer version of cinnamon one because it has like the spice flavor. I will say that the cinnamon spiced tamarind one is still on the lighter side of roastings, at least in my opinion, from my personal flavor palette. Today was my lucky day. I kept hitting more green lights until I eventually made it all the way home. Let's talk the flavors. We're gonna start over. Cinnamon and candied tamarind. It is a more light medium roast, really great spiced flavor. The gingerbread, also good spiced flavor. I find that this is a little bit of a richer roast. If we're talking like punch you in the face coffee flavor, this one here, absolutely phenomenal. Festive collection double espresso. I don't know if it's any different than any other double espresso that they've ever done, but they put it in this packaging. They serve it to me as a double espresso, and I think it is amazing. So I had to grab one. The festive flavors, peppermint pinwheel. This also comes out every single year. It's a must on my menu. Restock on decaf Malozio. That is just a go-to. Oh, and then it's also been a while, and I told my friend Alex from the gym that he would probably like this one, so I picked it up. That way I can bring him a pod sometime. This is the Ridge chocolate. That is the Nespresso. I wasn't able to get my mom's Christmas gift. I don't know if I said it because they didn't have my size, so I had to order it, and I think it'll come in a couple of weeks. I don't really know, but it's getting shipped to my parents' house. That was a pretty decent drive for me, and anytime I go absolutely anywhere, the second I get home I always have to pee. So your girl's gonna run inside so that she can get herself to the bathroom. I'm gonna give my dad a haircut, and then we're gonna follow up for a meal together. A little dinner, a little diner moment. Just you and I. We're gonna be very excited about this, but let's say hi as featured Brad. Okay, if you can hear me talking in the background, that is because my lovely father is watching the last vlog that I just posted. But as promised, I'm going to show you a quick meal. What are we looking at? We are looking at 75 grams of prepped chicken, green sweet peas, carrots, 100 grams of butternut squash, as well as a little bit of kimchi on the side. Let's give you a full plate slash this is me trying to see if maybe this is thumbnail worthy. Okay, let's eat. Good morning, my friends. I feel as though lately I've been struggling to breathe in through my nose. I try to breathe and it's always like I sound stuffy. I'm not sick, I just sound stuffy. Hey, good morning. Slept in a lot. Currently 6:40 and I went to bed I think just a little bit after 9. Yeah, keeping on theme with last week's video, I'm just I've been so tired. Is anybody else like just really tired lately? Is it just me? I feel good. Like life is really good. I'm just a little bit more on the sleepy side. We're going to switch it up a little bit in this video. This morning I'm doing the greens HD and the pineapple mango flavor paired with the Glute HD. 1 scoop of this, 2 scoops of this, and then we're going to get outside to go walk for about 30 to 40 minutes. Depends on how cold it is. If it's really cold, I'll walk a little bit less. If it's kind of not too bad, I'll walk a little bit more. It is time that I finally stop keeping my coffee a secret. Well, my coffee was never a secret. I just haven't filmed myself making a coffee in a long time. And truthfully, my coffee recipe changes. Sometimes it changes from morning to afternoon. The base is generally about the same. Either almond milk, oat milk, or cashew milk. Any of them that are unsweetened. And this I do not measure out. I just put a little bit in the bottom. This is 30 calories for 250 milliliters and I probably use about 30-ish milliliters. So I know that the calories are about as negligible as like sugar-free ketchup. Always add a pack of stevia. Usually from there, I would whisk it up using my hand mixer, but I just picked up this silk oat creamer in the peppermint mocha flavor. This is not that calorie friendly. You do want to be cautious with this because 15 milliliters, which is literally a tablespoon of liquid, is 25 calories. Also known as you putting lots of this into your drink, your calories will add up significantly quicker. Be aware and don't be a dick. I weigh out 15 milliliters because I track it into my macros. And I don't know if you saw how much that just was, but it's really not a lot. Nice thing though is that I do find that these creamers are very beautifully flavored, so you don't need to go overboard in order to get the effect. Get it super, super frothy. Double espresso is in, slightly mixed up. The final touch is I like to add some hot water. Imagine more Americano vibes. And that is the current morning coffee hyperfixation. You have to try this. I don't understand how anybody doesn't like coffee. I kid you not, I drink like 3 to 4 coffees a day. Usually 1 or 2 are full caffeine. Yeah, and then 2 to 3 of them are going to be decaf coffees because your girl just loves the flavor of coffee. It's so comforting. It's so comforting. Does that resonate for anyone else? Hello, hi, and welcome back to another check-in. There's a version of you from just a few months ago that would get this and would be genuinely shocked and overall very, very impressed. This week you were right on the ball with nutritional needs. Abdomen is looking much tighter. When somebody's at a higher body weight, it's more expected to see more like weight come off, whereas when we're at a lower body weight, see less weight physically come off. It is the equivalent of more. So training logs, it looks like it's been a while since you even tried to increase the weight on the Y rate. That being said, rinse and repeat current protocols. Okay, let's go to the hard part. It's not that hard, but it could feel hard. Yeah, went up, but composition improved. What the heck? How annoying is that? Definitely super annoying here, but we're not stressed at all, right? You're checking your boxes. Many hours of work later, I kid you not, it is 12 o'clock p.m. 12 in the afternoon. I swear I started work this morning at 8:45. Just so many check-ins, so many program updates, and I was hyper focused, super set on this playlist I found on Spotify that I feel like everyone should check out and just absolutely vibe to. Chilled classical covers, and it's genuinely pop type hits or songs that you probably have heard before, but it's like a classical instrument music cover. Anyways, I put that on and then I was straight vibing. With that said, it is now time to put together a pre-workout meal. I have 2 pre-workout drinks that I need to consume and then get ourselves out to the gym. I did get a mic for my DJI camera. I'm gonna be recording, doing like a voiceover for my training today. Beverage that I missed drinking earlier this morning, which I'm going to make now because I really need to hydrate, is my creatine as well as my electrolyte. 5 grams of creatine paired with 1 big scoop of the Hydra HD in the tangerine flavor. If you are looking for fully comprehensive and actually adequately dosed electrolyte, this is going to be the electrolyte for you. If you are like me and you prefer not to consume a plethora of unnecessary ingredients, colors, dyes, all that sort of like crap, in my opinion, this is a fantastic product and it's not absurdly priced. It's pretty low commitment. If you try it out and you don't like it, it's not like some of the bougie Instagram-y electrolyte supplements where, okay, you just waste $65 and you don't even like it. It's only 35 bucks Canadian. I think it's even cheaper USD. You guys know discount code AJLIFTS, but we're going to be talking all things discount code AJLIFTS because I'm going to make my pre-workout meal today, which is going to be 45 grams of the Elevate maple brown sugar, banana, peanut butter, chicken. I'll show you that in a minute, but to make this, I'm going to do 1 to 4 servings of cream of rice to water, cream of rice, mix with fork, cook 1 minute, mix with fork, cook 1 minute, she'll be prepped. I'm going to show you the finished product because again, I genuinely probably could have eaten like an hour ago. Then pre-workout bevy today is the new Nick Walker Pump HD in the Rainbow Strips flavor. This is a non-stim, which is my personal preference. I'm going to be adding a little bit of the Stim HD to this product today. With this product, I can purchase all of my favorite non-stims and just have my 1 or 2 non-stim flavors that I like. And then when I want to have a stim pre-workout, boom, I just add in a little scoop of this guy. Now I have a stim pre-workout. Problem solved. Let's make some cream of rice and then I'll show you guys. Yeah.
Reaching and lifting doing.
I just got that on camera. He stole the microwave off me. As promised for y'all, here is the pre-workout meal. Guys, if you watched the last video, you know what is back in rotation. We are doing 45 grams of cream of rice. Today I did the maple brown sugar flavor. This is such a tried and true flavor. If you're looking for one that's not chocolate, this is typically my top recommended flavor. I would say it's going to be most similar in terms of sweetness and enjoyability to something like cookie butter or the salted caramel, which is the new flavor. 45 grams, Elevate maple brown sugar, 50 grams of frozen banana, 20 grams of peanut butter, and 75 grams of chicken. The banana looks so mangled. I had a container of frozen banana at my apartment in Montreal, and when I brought it from Montreal to here, it kind of melted in the cooler, and then I refroze it and used a fork to try to remangle it. Anyways, I'm just trying to make use of the fact that I still have this banana. Pre-workout meal, I also need to warm up because it is freezing down here. Then pre-workout bevy, and off to hit some glutes. And we buy her a drink, even stole a sip of my boots So very nice. Oh God. I just listened to that back, y'all. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. Pre-workout just kicked in so hard. Jeez. That's not what we're going to be listening to during this training session. But also, hello. What do we think of the mic? How does the audio sound? I have no idea how it's going to sound when we're actually in the gym. But let's get it. All right, let's see how this goes. I have no idea how well or unwell you can currently hear me, or even if this will be even in the video, because I don't know if you can hear me. Anyway, I've already done a little bit of mobility stuff for my lower body, glutes, for my hips. I want to go over something that I honestly prescribe to like every single one of my clients. They are called hip airplanes. You're going to start off by finding something that you can use to support your inside arm on. That is going to be the leg that is your driver. You're going to start by driving that leg all the way up, okay? From here, I'm pushing back from my hips. Now I'm getting a full stretch in this left leg here. Then I'm going to open and rotate my hips open to the side. So I'm not just moving my right leg, I'm actually rotating open my full hip. I'm going to do the same thing to the other way. So again, I'm not just moving my back leg, I'm rotating my full hips as much as I can to stretch and open at my left glute. Back to neutral, and then coming up to the top to drive all the way back up. Now you want to hit that drive all the way back up because at the top, then you can stretch your inner hip flexor as well. Big drive up, all the way back, open those hips, rotate, open those hips or close those hips, rotate back to neutral, drive for a full stretch in that hip flexor. You can repeat that 10 times on each leg. All right, my friends, we're going to start off with a Smith machine good morning / RDL sort of movement. Realistically, this isn't a great tutorial. I don't even know why I decided to film, because I'm so limited with what I can do. I can't put anything in my hands. Like, I can't lift stuff. So anyways, here's how we're going to set it up. I've got my bar here. I'm going to pull the machine off the safety. Now I've got the center of my foot lined up with the bar on top of my shoulders. From here, I'm going to slightly bend at my knee, and then I'm just going to push my hips back like I would if I was doing an RDL. I'm sinking and sitting all the way into my glutes right now. From there, I can drive up and then squeeze my glutes at the top of each rep. Okay, let's try to find another angle so you can see that a little bit better. Let's give this angle here a whirl. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to put some music on, and I just want you to pay attention to my hips, how they push back, how I sit into my glutes every single rep, keeping my core locked in really tight and braced, not overarching or sitting at my back, because that would put load in my back, and I don't want load in my back, I want load in my glutes. Great, hi friends. Next up, our abduction machine. Now, this is the kind of machine where there's not one right way to do it. There's just different ways to do it based on what you want to achieve. Generally, for like a standard beginner, I'm honestly doing it a very standard way. So I'm going to talk you through how I would do it, and this is also how I would suggest doing it if you are a beginner to this movement. Good quality execution. Sit back on the seat. Just do it. Sit all the way back on the seat. Place your feet up on those bars. Now, I like to place my feet in a way where they are really relaxed. I find that a lot of clients will place their feet very firmly into those sort of nooks, whatever you want to call them, and then they use their feet to move so much of the weight. Like, do you see how I can do that without my knee ever even touching the pad? That is not me using my glutes. That is me using my feet and my calves. So place your feet very gently on to the pad. Drive all that tension into your knees, almost so that if your feet were not even on the bottom, you would be able to drive for this movement. Tension into the pads, driving through the knees, back on the back. Use your hands to pull yourself firmly into that seat. Because of my surgery, I can't do that. I cannot pull myself into the seat, so you're gonna have to ignore that part. That just means I'm going a little lighter today because I don't have that external stabilization. From there, you can drive out. Pause 1 second with that weight fully open, close it in, hold tension, so don't let that machine drop. Keep that weight stack up and active. Drive back out. Pause 1 second here, close it in. With tension, pause 1 second at the bottom as well, and repeat for your whole entire set. I think it goes without saying that there's always a million and one things that I could say about any movement, any execution, any machine. Every single machine is slightly different in angle and weight and everything. So I'm just giving you a 101. By all means, do not think that this is a comprehensive outline of training across the board, especially not for you and yourself personally, because independent needs are, well, independent. Okay, seated leg curl. Get yourself all the way back in that seat and support just above the knees here. You want this pad to be firm. Not a lot of wiggle room here, right? I've got this pad supporting me. Use your hands to drive your lower back into that seat. I want to see you firm in that seat. From here, my toes are nice and relaxed. Drive down using my hamstrings. Big squeeze. Hold a half second there at the bottom and control yourself on that way up. Let that weight sink into your hamstrings. Hold tension, kind of like we talked about in the abductor, right? At the top, I don't want that weight stack to slam because I want to hold tension in my legs so that when I drive down again, I'm going from high tension, 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 tension the whole time, high tension again, and repeat. We're gonna keep going, maintaining that tempo the entire set. Okay, hello. I don't know why I always have to intro everything by saying okay, hello. Next up, we are doing a glute kickback. Kind of like everything else, there's a million and one ways to do this. One way is not right, one way is not wrong. It just depends what the heck you're going for, what you're trying to achieve by doing this movement. And then there's also the personal limitation factor that your body and where your bones are and where your limbs are and where your muscles are is going to be slightly different than what mine are. So should you be doing it exactly the way I do it? Probably not. You should probably be doing it the exact way that you should be doing it for your body and your goals. If you are unsure about that, you know the drill. Message me on Instagram. Okay, generally though speaking, when we are setting up for this movement, I'm gonna place myself slightly back from the cable. The cable is set just a little bit higher than my ankle. I like to start by pushing my hips back. This is gonna just help me get engaged into a good line here. I'm gonna tuck my ribs down in and under, support and brace my core. Not gonna be stressed or I won't be able to sort of stress out my lower back through this movement. Now I've got my working leg, okay? From here, engage myself from the lower region of my glute, driving all the way up until I can hit a full contraction at the top, again, keeping my ribs tightly tucked. If I untuck my ribs, I'm gonna arch my back like freaking crazy. So I'm gonna keep my ribs tucked. That way, as soon as I hit that max range of motion on my glute and I hit that full contraction, that movement stops. Okay? For some people, what happens is this foot here will start dragging along the ground. If that's an issue for you, then you need to elevate your non-working leg. I find it really helpful for mind muscle connection when you're first learning these. Take it easy, go slow, keep the weight super light. You might think, I feel so much in my supporting leg. Well, my friends, I hate to break it to you, but that is because your supporting leg, well, it's supporting. So like, no wonder that you feel it in that leg. And do a few more, just feel it out on this side before I go into the other side to do some working sets. And I would consider that more of a glute max kickback because I'm going for my full range of my glute. And I have a slight external rotation when I kick too, right? I'm not just going right back. I'd be super limited if I try to go straight back. I'm going slightly back and open from my hip, kind of like in that hip airplane, but not quite so dramatic. That, my friends, that is it. That's all that I'm doing. Equipment wise, for the gym that I'm at, it's all that really makes sense, because again, like I can't load anything or hold any weight in my hands right now or place any tension in my upper body at all. Couple movements, take them, you know, to a pretty decent intensity, 3 to 4 sets. Everything I'm doing, like my rep range is genuinely like 10 to 20, because I don't know what my body is capable of, and because I'm limited in how much I can externally stabilize, some things I just have to go later on and I have to go more reps for. I'm making do with what I have. I'm gonna do about 20 minutes-ish of cardio on the Stairmaster, read my book, and then we'll catch up. You know, your girl's gonna eat more meals. She's gonna do more stuff today. The day does not end here. This is where I very sadly inform you that I lost all of the audio for these clips. In these clips, you would have seen me interview my mom, and my mom talk about how awful the Ninja Creamy sounds. And I'm talking you through what my next meal was, which was a Ninja Creamy made with the Pro HD Sweet Cream Cold Brew. Definitely came back to tell you a second time to use discount code AJLIFTS. And I was eating it with a side of rice and veggies. Ahead of us today. We're not sure exactly which direction we want to go forward with you. So we're not going to be perfect on either of them, even if we did just spend one session just focusing on bikini or just focusing on fit model. But I do want to put a foundation in your body so that we can have you start submitting check-ins in these different poses, continue to progress. We can see here's what she looks like in fit model, here's what she looks like in bikini, and we can kind of keep going from there. Sit your weight back into your left hip, beautiful, into your left glute. We have one front pose. It's more common that you see people do it on a different side depending on what works better for their anatomy. See where you're strongest, okay? Right hand comes to my abdomen, left hand comes out to the side. All that weight into that left hand. You hold that for me and I'm gonna come and call out a couple cues for you, okay? Rotate the hips to the side. Are there any of the poses that you want to go over that you feel like would help you feel more comfortable when we do our next check-in? All right, that was a fun little evening. I'm gonna go for a walk, see if I can talk my dad into going on a walk with me. That would be ideal. I want to take a bath. I can't put this there in water. I can go into water like just below my chest, just above my belly button. Yeah, I kind of want to take a bath, like just sit in some warm water. What else have I been doing lately to kill time? I've been reading, I've been coloring, you know, doing stuff for the mentee B, for the mindsets developer. With that being said, here is where we are going to wrap up this week's video. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to like, leave me a comment, and subscribe to the channel so that you can follow along for the journey. Here's your weekly reminder that you become a stronger version of yourself every single time you push through a feeling that's bad. Let your intuition guide you. The obstacle is always the way. Links below for coaching, lifestyle, bodybuilding, posing. Links below for HD muscle, elevate cream of rice, all that good jazz. I love you, and I'll talk to you very, very soon. Goodbye. Goodbye.